Let's do this. Welcome to the BlabberMalt Show with your hosts, Dave and Mathias, two guys that blabber incessantly about beer, brewing, and bullcrap. Stick around while they brew up another tasty episode.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey, we're back. Well, Mathias is back.
Woo!
Back in studio tonight.
Fired up.
Yeah. Episode 69. Big episode.
That's what she said.
I knew we couldn't resist. Yeah.
Got it out of the way.
July 23rd, 2024.
Boom.
We got Tom and Maria. We got to thank Tom for sitting in for you last week. We had a good show.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. We
Love
had my friend Jason Hendricks, brand new homebrewer, came in, told us a little bit about his system, brought in some beer. Thanks, Jason, for coming on.
Yeah, I missed that.
Show. Yeah. Yeah, you were doing stuff.
Running around.
Doing fun stuff.
Well, before we start talking about that,
yeah,
we're on the internet tonight, going live from Club Radon.
We are.
Right? How do people get a hold of us?
Well, you just subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. We're the BlabberMalt Show, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook, and at BlabberMalt on X, Instagram, and Threads. And we're also, like you said, co-broadcasting or cross-posting on the Neo Craft Brewers Network. So,
yeah, guys, welcome.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see you.
Absolutely. So kind of on the same, thing, tonight's show, we'd like to have some feedback from you about the content tonight. So you can either hit us up right here on Facebook, on our Facebook page, our BlabberMalt Show, type of content. We'll see it over here on the big screen. Or you can email us.
BlabberMalt@gmail.com.
There you go. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
You can also check out our Printify shop.
Yeah, get some swag. One of these shirts. Maria's repping back there.
Bomb hats.
Yeah.
It was raining earlier. I brought my hoodie. This is one of my favorite hoodies, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at the back. The front logo on the chest. Swagging it out, bro.
When it starts getting a little cool this fall, you'll be drinking your Fest beers, your Mars and Styles in style.
In style.
In that hoodie.
Let's go.
Faux show. All right, let's mash in.
It's time to mash in.
So, just to fill you in, last week, Tom and I interviewed my friend Jason, talked to him about home brewing. He's got a claw hammer supply system, brew in a bag. He kind of gave us a rundown of how easy a brew day can be with a system like that. It was a lot of fun talking to him. We sampled his beer. Talked a little bit of bull crap, too, He's got a brew house in his backyard, an actual second house on his property that he brews in. Yeah, gets up to a lot of shenanigans out there. But that was fun. And thanks to Tom for holding down the fort while you were away.
My man.
What would you do?
So I took a trip to Michigan.
Okay.
Up to Traverse City.
Nice.
And went to stay in a cabin with the kids. And for their birthday, we went did some water activities and jet skis and canoeing, which was a blast.
Yeah.
We went to the big sand dunes. That was crazy.
Yeah.
We did not go all the way down. It was like 1,000 feet straight down. And none of us were prepared to fight that fight on the way back up.
Make it back up, yeah.
No way, Jose. Got a chance to try some breweries out in the area.
Yeah, I was going to wonder,
Yeah,
was there some
pulled
beers?
up my Untapped. I don't rate anything, Tommy, but I did check some stuff in. I went to Rare Bird.
Okay.
On their recommendation, and Rare Bird was good. They had a decent food selection, and their beers were good. The oddity about Rare Bird is they didn't do any flights, so kind of had to just wing it.
Yeah.
And the bird reference on that one.
Nice.
Had to wing it.
Nice.
I had a Pilsner, which was a New Zealand Pilsner, which was good. It's a new style that people really kind of put out there.
Yeah.
Kind of a hoppy Pils. It was good. Had a Shish Show, which is their Imperial and Double IPA. Cushy Punch, which is supposedly their super danky IPA.
Yeah.
For being Michigan, kind of missed the mark for me on that one.
Okay.
Went to Right Brain.
Okay.
Right Brain, I had a cherry pie. They did flights. Their flights were crazy. So, Right Brain, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the place that had the arcade? Yeah, it was.
We're going to go with that. They had an
No,
arcade there.
they did. They had a huge arcade. The boys and myself spent time doing the punching bag thing, just trying to hit it as hard as we could.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Who won?
Max.
Yes.
He
Nice.
killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just smacked that thing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat. They had it. So their flight paddles were huge. I think it was 9 in a flight. It was just this huge kind of U-shaped flight paddle. And they had like 35 beers on tap,
Wow.
which was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Some really off-the-wall ones that I did try. I'll read this off to you. It's called Cherry Pie Hole. Michigan's known for their cherries. Yeah. It was okay.
Yeah.
Tried their Spear beer, which is nuts. It was not a pickle beer.
I would think I was going to go.
Right?
Yeah, pickles.
It was an asparagus beer.
Ooh.
And boy, it tasted just like asparagus. Crazy.
Okay.
I mean, it was nuts.
I think that's a bridge too far.
It was a lot.
Beer.
Yeah. Asparagus beer. They had a Thai peanut brown ale. More on the spicy side than what I thought. Maybe like a Thai curry, flavoring. Kind of crazy. They had their Brain Boozled, an IPA. A bunch of IPAs from here on out. Spinal Crusher, Free Play IPA. Social Probation, which is a hazy. It was okay. Spiny Norman, another IPA. I think I labeled it Dank Soft Slight Bitterness. Dead Kettle. And that was it from them. Grabbed a couple beers from Lake Ann Brewing Company. Jungle Fungus. It's kind of a fun name.
I like it.
And Lakeside Light, which is their light lager. Probably one of the best ones I had that day, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Light lager. Okay.
Yeah. Went to Fresh Coast. A lot of coasty names there. Fresh Coast. Sandbar Sour. Pale Ales. Danky McDankface. Not dank at all. Norse Enforcer. That's a Imperial Hazy. It was okay. A Citrus Sour. Race Pace Pale. So just a good time all around. So a couple breweries to hit up.
Couple. Yeah, that's a full schedule.
Full schedule.
Yeah. Nice.
1 or 2 a day, kind of just hitting lunch and dinner, having a couple pints or a flight when we're there.
Having 9 beers while you're there. Samples.
The Right Brain definitely did. It was a lot. But they were all playing and doing their thing. So I kind of sit by myself. And Max likes to, have a little sippity sip every now and then and something that he thinks he might like.
Yeah.
So
does he have a favorite style yet, or?
He likes hazies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does, right?
You do.
What's not
They're
to
good.
like? Yeah.
They're wonderful. I love them.
Yeah.
So it was good. And then just came home.
Cool.
So
we were up there
to Whirlwind.
3 days?
Yep, 3 days.
3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, stayed in Thompsonville, just outside Traverse City. So
cool.
It was cute.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good trip.
I love Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm a Michigan head for many reasons. So
yes.
There you go.
So
what about you?
I was in Marblehead, obviously.
No. Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah, it's a weekend. We were up there. I drank 1 beer. This one, Marblehead IPA.
It's a good one. Cheers to that, bro.
Yeah. Got up on our neighbor's deck. His buddy comes over. He's a really good musician, play acoustic guitar, singing, entertaining us, just enjoying the evening.
Nice.
Friday. Went over to Mom and Dad's. Dad did a fish fry for us. Man.
Dad's a good man.
Yeah. He's got the fish fry down, with the egg wash and the batter and the deep fry. Oh, man.
I want to get back out to your place before the summer's over with.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Other than that, I've been fighting with jury duty this week. This is my last week. I had to go in once, but, it's always like, oh, can I work tomorrow or do I have to go in? But it's been pretty easy 2 weeks of jury duty. So we're wrapping that up.
So you got picked?
We had to come in and then they dismissed us, I guess. The defendant decided to do something else, probably
plead out.
Make a deal.
Make a deal.
Yeah.
Smart.
So, And my last day is this Friday, but I'm supposed to leave in the morning to head to Atlanta for my brother's 50th birthday. So fingers crossed I don't have to go in on Friday.
Now, what's he out doing right now? I see videos of him riding a bike forever.
That's the other brother. That's Mike.
Oh,
and
there you go.
he just got back. We were down here drinking this last night. He got back, and he's doing in stages, doing the Continental Divide, north to south. So they ended in Colorado. So they're about halfway done. They're going to, next year do a little segment, and then they go back.
All on bicycles.
Bicycles, yeah. Fire roads, and yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah. They said they had a mountain lion come through their camp the one night.
Really? Jeez.
He, didn't cause any trouble, but he did pee in the camp just to let them know. This is my territory. You guys get out. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, they see bears and moose and cows and sheep and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so I got back just in time for. I want to bring this up because it was a really cool event. We were at Red Wagon Farms.
Yes. Which
is also the location for Red Wagon Brewery and Four Paws Brewing.
Yes.
For the Brewers of the Corn.
Mm-hmm.
That was a kind of a beer fest they put together. For this particular one was all Lorain County brewers, and it's corn maze. So people have to pay. There's a ticket price. I think it was $35 for the beer fest. Right. And it was a big, huge adult corn maze that landed you at a spot with two different brewers.
That's cool.
So again, the 10 Lorain County breweries were there. Of course, we were there for Avon and also Lorain for our Lorain beers we've been brewing. So we were there for that. And it was spectacular. People had a great time. The weather was wonderful.
Yeah, it wasn't too hot.
Wasn't not too hot.
Yeah.
The corn maze the corn was tall already. They couldn't see over it. So getting around was kind of fun. And then getting to a brewery spot was cool. And what I really enjoyed was that why I enjoyed certain beer shows and some not other ones. I've talked about it before on the show. Is that this was a very social event, right?
Yeah.
This isn't, of course, not a drink your face off as many high ABV beers as you possibly can in one ticket thing. Yeah. They had to work for it, first of all, but it was very social. There's pictures on our Facebook page of people who came and hung out, stayed, and talked to me, to Tom, to Maria. People that they've met in various aspects of their life were there, and they just catch up and talk.
Did you see Ann?
I did see Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was running around on a ATV the entire day, making sure we were okay.
How did her hair look? How did Ann's hair look?
So, Ann, your hair was beautiful, as always. But it was a little wind shook though from the day. So we'll have to go with kind of the same.
Tearing around on the ATV, maybe.
Yeah. So she has to redeem herself again from that time. But it was a great time. I think that you guys could say it was a wonderful event. Very professionally done. Very clear, concise. I mean, we were out in the field too, so they took us out on a tractor with all of our stuff. So tents, kegs, all of our stuff was out there, and we did a hay ride. So
nice.
It was a beer ride
fun.
Instead of a hay ride on a tractor.
And they're doing that again, right?
Yeah. So I think they're going to add us a third one. So there's going to be 3. There was such a wonderful event that they're doing a few more. I can talk about them later, but it looks like Tom wrote down. There's one in, so July 19th was when we were at. There's one in August that is the 16th, Brewers of the Corn. You can go to their website or Facebook page and sign up for that one.
Cool.
And there's a whole nother set of brewers coming back, so all different breweries for September the 13th, another Brewers of the Corn event, 5 p.m. to 8:30. Really cool extravaganza. So if you can pick any of those days, I suggest you do that, August 16th or September the 13th. Tom and Maria will be at those for sure, heading up our locations. I believe Madison's at 1 and Medina's at 1. So
sounds great.
A lot of good time. I had a blast. So well done, Red Wagon Farm. Well done, Ann and Four Paws. And then, of course, your collaborations with Red Wagon Brewery. Good stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hit them up. Check it out. Link below. We'll put it down there.
Sure.
It's time for the Vorloff.
All right, man.
Dude.
Time to get into this.
So I had an epiphany.
This is beer related.
It is beer related.
Yeah.
right? And so we were talking about today what to do, and reading magazines most recently. People always talk about craft beer and its decline, what it looks like, trending.
Tell me you read? Is that what you expect me to believe?
Yeah, man. I'm a voracious reader.
Okay.
I love reading. Not always about beer. Comic books, theological treatises, things like that.
Wow. Okay.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
But when looking at the what's out there, right? I was taking a picture today for our website of our 3 new seltzers and or our 4% or below beers. And so I really just wanted to talk to you about those today and really kind of bring that to the table, talk to some of our BlabberMaltsters out there, anybody on any craft beer page watching in, hit us up about some of these things. I think it's important to talk about. I did bring our seltzers to try as we kind of walked through the age of seltzers, maybe some low ABV beers. I did bring our lemonade shandy, Lucky's Lemonade.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about what we see happening in trends in our tap room. Just really kind of just work through that together today, because I know that, as a home brewer, what that looks like. We'll talk about the processes behind it, how we do it. You took it upon yourself to do some research on some of these things, and so
and it kind of involves pharmacists, so that's what I do for a living, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
What'd you find out?
Well, I mean, it started out on the non-alcoholic side. People liked natural spring waters, and some of them were kind of carbonated, and people enjoyed them because there was nothing else. So entrepreneurs started artificially carbonating water and spring water and selling it, and it was good. People liked it, but it was a little bit bland.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 1870s, pharmacists started infusing it with, lemon and lime at first and different extracts to kind of flavor it up. And then, of course, as you move forward, we have like Coca-Cola, probably one of the first soft drinks. Yeah. And it started out with real cocaine, which doesn't suck.
That's impressive.
Until it was illegal. Thank you.
So, give me this straight. We're talking about when people talk about old school pharmacies, right?
Yeah.
They used to do those very same things, right? They used to do the soda waters in the
soda
jerk area.
Kind of how it started, and
Funny story about that. I try to tell that story to people about Avon. So if you look at ABC, right, we have, if you're coming in on really any direction, but the really corner of Detroit and 611, those are 2 different buildings at one time.
Yeah.
They connected them at some point along the way, but those buildings were both, one was 1816, which is the closest to the water, and the other one is, middle 1800s, the house. And that was built and used as a pharmacy / soda jerk place.
Nice.
And so people would talk about their grandparents going there, and they would go get sodas.
Yeah.
And so just like that.
Yeah.
So it was a pharmacy / soda place.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I mean, as, time kind of progressed in the 1980s, the wine coolers came on the scene, right? And then we had wine spritzers, which basically just carbonated water and watered down wine. Some were kind of sweet, some were a little bit dry. And you have what was like Bartles and James.
Yeah.
And I think Reuniti had some brands. I remember drinking some of those before I really found my true calling in beer. And then, of course, Zima came along.
Zima
kind of blew up there for a hot minute.
It did.
Yeah. And,
came back for a second.
Yeah, it did, until Smirnoff kind of eclipsed it.
Smirnoff.
Ruined
Zima.
the parade.
That's the way to go.
But, like in the 2010s and early teens, people started getting more conscious about sodas and even the wine coolers and the sugar content.
Yeah.
They wanted something, lower calorie, but still enjoy having a little alcohol content.
Yep.
And then we got the Trulies and the White Claw and the other ones. Even some of the gin and vodka-based drinks
Long
are
drink,
kind of
high noons.
High noons.
Yeah.
So they're kind of taken off. It's just, another option for people.
It is, and I mean, obviously, studies don't lie, right? I mean, sales numbers don't lie. Store shelves carry the price people want to buy, and so there is a trend towards some lower ABV options, especially in the summer. Trends towards not just lower ABV, but also with that comes a lower caloric value, which they want, right? And I think that the first one, of those seltzer flavored seltzers was it White Claw, right?
Yes.
Can't beat the claw, can't go wrong with the claw, whatever.
Yeah, ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
That's it. Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws. And that was an original seltzer, right? It was a flavored seltzer. And while people liked them, didn't like them, there's some flavors that go along with seltzers that are it's kind of hard to mask. It's a malt beverage.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah.
And so people drank those like crazy. They won the battle. You said Truly, right? So it's crazy we talk about Truly. Before we do that, let's introduce the beer of the day, though.
I think it's a Sam Adams product.
That's a Sam Adams product.
Yeah. They kind of...
What, long shot? Who?
What? Samuel Adams? Did somebody say?
What? No.
Yeah.
But it is. So, I mean, Sam Adams has staked...
They put a lot of money in the Truly game.
Their bank on the Truly game, right? And you wouldn't know that out in the internet unless you looked it up or heard that from somebody else, because they don't brand that way anyway. It's a whole different sector of their business. But, here's one of the oldest craft brewers in the nation, and they are putting out one of the most popular, hard seltzer brands on the market.
I don't know if they're going to win, but we'll see.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that we can talk about some of those things. But first, before we get into some of the seltzers we did, talking about that low ABV option, and it's for summer, a summer shandy. People's kind of go-to. This is our version. We call it Lucky's Lemonade. For those of you who don't know out there, my middle name is Lucky, Luckey. I'm Scottish, and so my mother's maiden name, all the firstborn sons that were from the women got the middle name Lucky.
Okay.
So there's a little history tip for you out there in internet world.
And
what?
Never mind.
You can do it. It's episode 69, so whatever happens, happens.
I gotta go over here.
I'm not sure what's going to.
And you know his last name, right? That's his last name. Okay.
Haktua.
Yeah, we're gonna write.
I have a few of these. You can spit on that thing.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay.
So this is our Lucky's Lemonade. It's a 4% lemonade shandy. So cheers to that.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between a shandy and a radler?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Damn it, Tom.
I know what a radler is.
You do know what a radler is?
We're going to find out.
Started with
you can.
I kind of prefer the.
They didn't want something too alcoholic, so they mixed lemonade with a beer.
Okay, so according to Google, a shandy and a radler are both beer cocktails that are usually made with 50-50 ratio of beer and citrusy mixer. The main difference between the two is the type of citrus juice used. The British term for this drink typically calls for lemonade or lemon lime soda. It can also include ginger ale, ginger beer, apple orange, or grapefruit juice. Shandy gaff. I've heard that before. There you go.
I kind of almost prefer a shandy to a seltzer because it does still have that little bit of a beer quality to it.
Well, radlers are the fruit juice, including grapefruit. So I think that's what you're talking about, Tom. Well, let's go for it. Looks like we're rock and roll.
All right, cool. Hey, everybody, we lost power. Whole house went dark.
It did.
Yeah. So
Dave jumped under the table.
I did.
Scared.
And I clutched my glass of shandy.
He did.
This is my last beer.
So we were talking about the shandy before the power went out. We should
Yes.
try it again. Ready? No power outage, but this is our shandy. Dan asked a couple questions, and we'll kind of get to that in a second. So, this is literally lemonade. So we just take lemonade concentrate and make lemonade with alcoholic water.
Yeah.
So that's really all that it is. So just replacing the water with seltzer water. So
yeah. So let's talk about the process. You know, I know how to brew beer.
I lied about that too, by the way.
You did?
You didn't even stop me.
What?
You didn't even stop me. This is our Lucky's Lemonade, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's beer, man.
Yeah.
It's our Avon Light
Yes.
mixed with lemonade,
Yes.
50-50 mix. So, not too shabby.
It is. It's not too shandy. Or it is very
It's very
shandy.
shandy-ish.
Yeah. I like it.
So that's what we got going on there. This is not a
Nice.
seltzer. This is
This is a shandy.
our Avon Light.
We got all flustered. with
Avon
the
Light
power.
and lemonade. Man, Avon Light and lemonade. Same as recipe every time.
So you back sweeten this?
Yeah, we just take our Avon Light and then
Yeah.
add lemonade to it.
Sweet
concentrate.
lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah. But it doesn't ferment then in the keg at all?
It might.
A little bit, but not too much?
No, I mean, we ferment all the way down and we keep it
Yeah.
cold and we don't put it in cans. So, you know,
Cool.
kind of
Yeah,
keep going with that. I'm sure it will at some point, but as long as it stays,
Drink these fresh, people. Don't
Drink it
sit them on
fresh.
the shelf.
don't put them on your warm shelf. There's no reason to age
You know, that brings
a
up
lemonade.
a funny point. Eric and Christine, remember them?
I do.
Monster guy.
Yeah.
He texted me last week. He's like, "Hey, we just had one of your beers explode." he's sitting upstairs
One of yours?
and he hears a pop and then glass shattering.
Oh, no.
I had made a Christmas ale, a name that Christine came up with. Chris Kringleton. She liked that
Ooh.
name for a beer. So I made a beer and I made labels. So they were saving it because it's got a cool label and whatever. Well, it kept fermenting and became a bomb.
It was
I
happening.
felt bad. There's glass all over their basement, and luckily nobody was down there
Drink
caught any
beer
shrapnel.
fresh.
Yeah, so maybe just save the bottle, empty bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about all those long shot competition
Oh, no.
beers I have in there. Hope
They probably filter their beer pretty good, though.
they probably do. Yeah,
Start drinking.
yeah,
Or we start drinking your Saison.
yeah. Let's get it. Let's do it.
Just keep the caps on really nice. We can do that. So there you go. Dan asked a question earlier. I saw that looking before. He asked if my pee smelled like asparagus after the asparagus beer.
Yeah,
It did.
yeah.
I have that gene. So if you eat asparagus, so just like that.
And there was enough of that chemical in there that it reacted. And,
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah. It was gross.
Yeah.
The beer itself was asparagus. It was
Was
a
the
one
beer itself?
one try thing.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's all I need. Of
I mean, it wasn't just a
Yeah.
hint of asparagus. It was like the Hoppy Dude's pickle beer. It was
Boom.
boom.
Yeah,
I'm eating fresh asparagus,
yeah. But
carbonated in the beer.
Hoppy Dude's pickle beer is good.
It is. It's straight pickle juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really good.
All right, we gonna get into a seltzer now.
Yeah,
Is
let's
that what
do
we're
it.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So when looking at looked at the history of seltzers. I'm a big seltzer water fan.
Yeah.
I love carbonated beverages and carbonated water. I got Tom and Maria on the carbonated water. When I
Got
go
me
to
on the hop water.
when I go to a restaurant, I order soda water from the gun. I love it, just a little bit of bubbly. I drink it. This is soda water, from our taps. Just kind of fill them up and go. Hop water's big. I love hop water.
Hop water is good.
That's another trend that's moving in a different direction of non-alcoholics. We've talked about some on here, but not today.
Yeah.
And so when we look about seltzers, right? What is a seltzer in today's market, right? So we have a couple things we want to talk about today. We have the White Claws, which is a seltzer, right? Those RTD ready to drink vodka seltzers, which would be your High Noons or your tequila seltzers, High Noons. People love those. We sell them. We sell tons of them. You mentioned the long drink earlier, that gin-based seltzer.
Yeah. Finland, I think.
Yep.
Finish.
Even old school Fresca. You guys know that Fresca is actually a seltzer water?
Yeah.
It's not even a soda.
Nobody's heard of Fresca, dude.
What? You have two. Dan's on. Is it?
Fresca.
Who's heard of Fresca out there? One of my favorite sodas. That's back here,
All right,
out
I
there.
stand
So
corrected.
put it on the comment. Let's see if we've heard of Fresca.
Okay.
So I went to get Fresca the other day, and it literally said on the package, America's original favorite seltzer.
Okay.
Seltzer water. I don't know. It's just a 0-calorie pop, I guess, but it's still seltzer water.
Yeah.
Flavored water. Here you go. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. Put a little vodka in there, you're off to the races.
People used to do that, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at what to do in a brewery, right? How do local, smaller craft breweries, or even big ones, and there's plenty of people who do that. We mentioned, the Truly brand from your peeps down at
My peeps.
Sam Adams.
Yeah, we go way back.
You do. How do you get in the game?
Yeah.
What does that look like? And so you just brew one, right?
Yeah.
And there's many different varieties and ways to do that. I mentioned Hoppy Dudes earlier. They do tons of seltzers.
Yeah.
Lots of different flavors of seltzers. We were at Four Paws just this past weekend, and they do seltzers. They do a base clear seltzer, and then they have those pumps right at the bar, so you can kind of flavor your own seltzer, which people used to do with sours, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of a one-stop shop, so you can have, a whole bunch of flavors of seltzer to kind of meet anybody's need.
I think Franklin was doing that or was going to get into that when we were out there talking to them.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I remember that they had a seltzer base, and you could pump.
Yeah. You can
Some
kind of
stuff
make
in
it
there.
however strong or sweet you wanted.
Yeah, so that's a one way to get into it, right? But then you have to brew it, right? So we're kind of under the confines of brewing, right? A malt-based beverage. That's our license. And so that's what you have to do. And I guess tonight we can walk through what that looks like in our little 5-barrel brew house.
Yeah.
And then what we do on the backside to produce the product that you can get in our tap rooms. Because we brought 3 tonight, right, Tommy? 3 seltzers tonight. Whatever you have up first, we can crack one and we can start talking about it.
Grape seltzer.
Ooh. Shamalama.
Tastes like purple.
Tastes like purple.
So, look at that thing.
Look at that. So,
Ooh.
yeah, it's purple. Looks like windshield washer fluid.
Doesn't sound so appealing. Popsicle, grape
Depends.
popsicle.
Freeze pop.
So,
Oh, that smells like grape. It smells like purple.
smells like purple. We had someone tell us at the Brewers of the Corn it tastes like purple. But cheers.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's great. What we do is we get to talk about we're fermenting, right? A malt-based beverage,
Right.
and so there's a process behind that. We're able to use dextrose as a malt-based beverage.
Okay.
So a lot of people, most brewers, use dextrose as an additive in their beer, right?
Yeah.
To raise the gravity, maybe a high gravity beer,
Thin out the body.
to thin out the
maybe.
body, to maybe cut some costs in, a beer where you're trying to throw in, I know people using high ABV beers anyway, for the fact that they want to save some money with a bag of dextrose or 2, or if you're not hitting your gravity on your runoff, you can throw a bag of dextrose
Yeah,
in.
sometimes it's so thick you can't
Yep.
get that sugar out.
So you just kind of, you can get back to your gravity that you want in your boil by adding a bag of dextrose. So, that's been around for a long time. A lot of people use that as an adjunct in their brewing process. And so when you make a seltzer, that's all we're doing, right, is we're fermenting that sugar. And there's a process to that, and it can be as simple as it can be, but it's also, like most brewing, not that simple.
Yeah.
Because if you have been out there and you've tried, a handcrafted seltzer, it goes both ways, right?
You can get a sulfury mess.
Sulfury mess,
yeah.
and it's there.
Yeah.
It's the byproduct of fermenting that sugar. It just
Which you
is
have
what it is.
if you have the grain backbone, that's kind of lost
Yeah.
in the beer, but you can't hide it here.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit of green apple-ish flavor behind that, and you know, what do you do to get rid of that? So, you know, we can walk through what that looks like for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't use RO water, reverse osmosis water in our breweries. We think that we have some great water in Avon. Medina has great water and makes really good beer. So what we do with that is that we actually take our water that we're going to use for the brew day, and we're going to boil it the day before. For a substantial amount of time, and hopefully that kind of purifies it, drops any sediments out to the bottom, and kind of get rid of those along the ways with the drain. And then we use that water then to boil again the next day, and then add our dextrose to that towards the end to create your kind of sugar, you know, your sugar water that we're going to use.
You do a 60-minute boil, or it doesn't have to be that because you're not converting any.
So you're not worried about kind of getting rid of any off flavors from your grain, but we still boil it for a substantial amount of time.
Okay,
we want it to be you're
not
clean,
isomerizing any hops or anything. Yeah.
Not at all. But it's you still work through the same process. You add your sugar there towards the end. Once that's all really combined well, the really only additive we use after that is a substantial amount of yeast nutrients.
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Nothing in there. I mean, they go in there like, whoa.
This is a barren planet. We're going to die.
Yeah. I mean, there's food there, nothing to stand on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like eating on the way down.
Yeah.
And there's tons in there to eat. You just got to give them some nutrients to stick around.
Build up those cell walls and support.
So a lot of yeast nutrients kind of helps that process out, gets them to do their job and to do it well, because you want to get down to basically, zero.
Just a clean alcohol.
Ferment all the way through.
Yeah.
And so we also use, the yeast that we use in Avon is the Pathfinder Turbo yeast, the pure. That seems to work really well with up to 14%.
Okay.
Kind of sugary based beverages. We have more to Dan again. What's he saying?
He says, Fresca.
Fresca, see? I knew Dan would know. Dan's the man. He hooked me up this week, kind of going back and forth on a few things. This is why I love what we do in our guests and our family members. He was like, dude, I want you to listen to an album. And I'll throw it out there now before I forget, because he's here. The album is entitled Bronco by Orville Peck. Killer album. And so Dan, said, listen to the whole thing, top to bottom, like you used to do. And I did, and it's killer. So thanks for the heads up on that, Dan. I had my sons listen to it on the second time through, and they enjoyed it too. So
we had a long ride.
Sharing the love of music, man.
Sharing
the love of music. That was all just after we got back too. So that was just me and the boys. So now you're letting your yeast do the thing. They're eating all that, but what the end result is still a mess, right? I would never serve that right away, because it still has all of those sulfuric kind of tendencies. Sometimes we've gotten green apple. All of the kind of issues with yeast and sugar-based products, and don't love it.
Yeah, it's
don't love it. So we have we scrub it.
Yeah, you just blow CO2 through.
Yeah, just right into the bright tank. You just put CO2 up from the bottom and just roll with it.
Yeah,
and let it go, and just try to push all that out of there.
Yeah,
and it works. It really does.
Yeah,
and so you come out with.
You go up to the vent until you don't smell any bad stuff.
Huh, I wouldn't put your head in the
vent.
No,
pass out.
Not a good idea.
Pass out.
That's really good, by the way.
Yeah, it's clean.
And very so, clean. From that point, when you have your fermented, now alcoholic water, right? Then you begin to carbonate it. Now you get into kind of the all the craziness that happens in the world, and the opportunities you have with seltzers.
Yeah.
Because at the first kind of run at seltzers, you had your Trulies and you had your White Claws. And so everybody tried to kind of mimic that, right? And those are all what? I mean, they don't look like this, right?
No.
They're clear, right? Yeah. So they're adding just flavoring, right? Just enough to get
just a hint.
Essence.
Yeah.
Of. I think that's the word they actually use. Essence of. And we've done an essence of something along the way. We did a Pog seltzer early on. We've done it again and canned it. And that's just the essence of, right? So a little bit of passion fruit, orange, and guava. Clear seltzer, not my thing.
Yeah.
People love them, though. I mean, people drink them.
Yeah.
Obviously, White Claw and truly are part of that game. But, for us, we want to take something a little bit different. Yeah.
So you can, for the folks that are making the base and then mixing after the fact, you can have a lot more flavors that way. But on the downside, you can't really, if the bartender is mixing it, sometimes maybe it's really strong in the flavor, and sometimes it's a little weak. So then you have this flavor that's out there that's inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you package it, I feel like, okay, I've tasted this and we've gone through different dilutions, and this is what we want.
Yep.
Which way do you feel is, you obviously probably feel this is the better way to go, but...
So I think it really depends on what you want to do in your tap room.
Yeah.
And if you're cool with doing just that base seltzer.
Yeah.
And having flavors. I've been to breweries, and that's what they did, and I loved it. One of my favorite breweries is Narrow Path in Cincinnati. That's what they do, right? They have a seltzer, and they do that with their sours, too. They just have a little station where you can, they might do it for you. I don't remember, but they kind of give you the flavor that you want based on, their little pumps that they have at the seltzer. So Bascule did that. Fort Paul's does that. And it can work really well, right? I think it's a good option for people. And they have had no complaints. Even Ann said people love it. It's a wonderful thing. It doesn't fit my thing. We tried it once.
Yeah.
I think we did a sour with Chris early on. Big Bottom Burliner. Holla.
Yeah.
No. Big Bottom's where Black River and the French Creek intercept each other before they head out.
Sure it is.
It is. And that was a base sour. We added flavorings to that at the time. And while it was nice, it was fun, but inconsistent.
Yeah.
And if you ran out, people were like, well, I wanted the peach. I already had it. Well, I'm out. Well, I can get this. And it's just I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And so we have decided to do different takes on seltzers. We have several different lines of seltzers. We have our punchy line, which is what this one is. Yeah. I'm getting some encouragement from the back here to change the name, which may happen in several different ways, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. This is our Grape Punchy today. Punchy meaning like our original fruit punch seltzer. This is the basically the TTB structure for grape Gatorade.
Oh, yeah.
With electrolytes.
Yeah.
So
it's Broundo.
That's what it is.
What plants crave.
Yeah. So this is your Gatorade seltzer. And it tastes like, grape.
Yeah.
Tastes like purple.
Tastes like purple.
Yeah, and it is pungent.
It is punchy.
Yeah, it is pungent in the nose. It is, my car smelled like grape just from the growler.
It's not good. You get
the cornfield. Smelled like grapes.
First one to kick, too.
Yep. And we blew it really quickly. Yeah. I think there's a couple ideas out there. Purple Rain, right, is one of them. People mentioned Purple Drank.
Yeah.
Drank. Might get in trouble for that. I'm not sure. The last one was, and I'm going to throw it out there now. We talked about it before, but we'll throw it in the universe. The official seltzer, right, of the Lake Erie Crushers. It's purple. You heard it here. We've talked about it. New owners. Maybe they catch the vision too, right? We'll can it for you. We'll put it out there. It's purple. That's your collars.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's great.
Official Drank. official drink of the Lake Erie Crushers. Right? There we go. Said it out loud.
Yeah.
Make it happen next year.
what
Let's
happens.
go.
All right,
Anyway.
what we got next, man? Let's get another.
You have more?
We need
More purple
drink.
drink or going for something different?
Yeah, we gotta
Something different?
try the.
So
the next
that's one way to do flavoring, right? That is
Yeah.
that's a very concentrated purchase we made. We had someone make that for us and then added it to that kind of to recreate the
Gatorade.
Gatorade punchy, yeah. Because our first big foray into this was the actual punchy or fruit punch punchy, in which we used Gatorade, and then it didn't go so well. And then we did something different. Secondly, we have a line of seltzers that is our mule
Thank you, sir.
seltzer. So
Oh,
we use
yeah.
real fruit, and we make real ginger beer out of alcoholic water.
Yeah.
And this in front of us is called our Berry Blue. It is a blueberry ginger beer or a blueberry mule seltzer. So
Is this the is it Beauregard? Is that
no,
it?
that's our sour.
Oh, okay.
So this is called Berry Blue. It's our blueberry mule seltzer. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
A ton of ginger ale.
I do like that ginger. Yeah.
A ton of fresh blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like a mule.
It does.
And we'll serve with a lime, so if you want to get the whole experience, you can do that. I know it, not too much in Avon, but our other locations, Medina, Madison, they like to add things to beer and mix them together. Throw a shot
Like
of vodka in this thing, you have yourself a
cocktail,
real
yeah.
cocktail, right? So, yeah. So no longer 4% if you want to go that route. But this is a wonderful summer beer, or seltzer for that matter. It is our Berry Blue. It is a blueberry ginger beer mule. So a mule.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And so again, this is ideas of, you said, flavoring or back sweetening, right? So
Yeah.
again, drop with your essence, your clear essence, which was the big push beforehand. For us, we want to be a little more crafty, hence the punchy. Our line of mule seltzers. We have a regular mule, we have a cranberry mule, we have this blueberry mule, and as we move along, we'll have others too.
Yeah.
But this kind of fits what we do.
So
People love it.
when you're brewing a beer, you're kind of designing the beer and the flavor profile when you're putting the grain bill together and the hop selections and the timing. But for something like a seltzer, you're doing that after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Like your flavor profile and the structure of the drink is after it's already fermented.
Yep.
You're
it's
just
still-
looking for the cleanest starting water, alcoholic water to begin with.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's really kind of the world's your oyster, right? Because if you think about it in terms of, I literally have a tank full of just water that has alcohol in it, right?
Yeah.
You can just do whatever you want,
Yeah.
which is fun.
So when you guys do that, you brew up a batch of the water, and then are you doing the whole batch? The whole batch,
Mm-hmm.
the grape
Yep.
tastes like purple.
Tastes like
Okay,
purple.
or you mixing it up.
No, we don't have that option. You know,
Yeah.
in terms of our brewery currently, we're doing 5-barrel batches with a 6-barrel bright, and so
You got to use the bright and mix it and
Yep.
get it out of there.
Yep.
Okay.
get it in, get it out, call it a day.
Yeah.
This is fun. People do enjoy this style. I love ginger beer.
I do too.
You have to be really, and it takes time to work through this because the seltzer base, the alcoholic water, is just, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
body to that. There's nothing to hold up to anything.
No.
Adding a product to that, you're going to be, it's different than what is with the beer because there's literally nothing there to back it up. But if you use it in place of water in any recipe, you'll get the idea of the same outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they tell you to do 1-to-5 ratio, do 1-to-5 ratio. Just using alcoholic water.
Yeah.
So
And
or 5-to-1.
yeah. Now, do you do samples, pull off some, and test different ratios, maybe increase the ginger, increase the blueberry, and see how it is. And like, I want a little less ginger, and then you figure it out and then do the batch.
We did when we first started doing this, for sure.
Now you got cocky. You're like, we know what we're doing now.
Yeah. And it is what it is at this point, right? I mean, I think this version, the blueberry that we have is a little more sweet.
Okay.
Which is great. And blueberries are really sweet around this time. So they're good. And the ginger is not as pungent as it was, I don't believe, last time we did this.
It's not hot.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's not bitey at all. It's but it's good. It's there.
It's a sweet, slightly spicy ginger. Yeah.
And so I kind of just play how it goes, right? I mean, it's just, it is what it is.
Nice.
I think it's good. Turned out really nice.
I like it.
Yeah. So, there's a question of how do you back sweeten it, right? I mean, you mentioned the idea of bottles blowing up.
Yeah.
Right? That happens. We did a collaboration with a local brewery on our very first ever punchy, and we canned it with them. They did it at the same time we did it. And, we did a collaboration with Collision Bend.
Okay, yeah.
And that hazy was called Exploding Friendships because we're close and we're friends. Luke and Ben and myself and Pete were all there, and Andrew. But while we were brewing this wonderful hazy Exploding Friendships, it's called Exploding because we had just received 2 pallets of punchy in cans, and just during the brew day, right, we heard,
oh no, they're
right?
popping.
We're like, what's happening? Ding, banging off the ceiling. We're like, what's going on? And within 15 minutes, it was like a red explosion was happening, like fireworks in the back room.
No.
It was just blowing off. We're like grabbing them out, throwing them in bags, and putting them in the dumpsters. And the dumpsters just, it was insane. So there's your mistake. We all make them, right? It was the first and hopefully last time with that we did that. But there you go. Exploding Friendships was born.
Nice.
Because Luke Purcell helped me pack cans of exploding beer to the dumpster.
Gonna throw Luke under the bus. Huh?
He didn't. That wasn't his beer.
Oh, okay.
He was brewing Exploding Friendships with me that day. But he was there when it was happening. And it was hilarious because, you have this gentleman you hold in high regard for being a wonderful brewer in our area for a very long time.
And this happens.
And it just happens right in front of him. Just,
oh, man.
some were so bad, I literally opened the sliding door and just dumped them into the grass and hoped it didn't shoot back and hit somebody. But the tops were blowing off.
Swollen up.
Oh, immediately just.
Wow.
So, Exploding Friendships was born. Great beer.
Yeah.
Great time. Fantastic story.
Make sure you hit your final gravity.
Final gravity.
Before packaging.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, man.
That is what it is, right? So when you back sweeten stuff, you got to be careful with that, what that looks like, and we have more comments over there.
We got Chad Riffle says, sparkling water containing alcohol.
That's it.
Exactly.
You know who Chad is, right? Hoppy Dudes.
Oh, yeah.
My dudes from Hoppy. What else did you say?
Oh.
You put your readers on?
Yeah, I gotta get my glasses on. He says, I wish you were doing a seltzer show tonight. We could have supplied our sangria seltzer. That's Hoppy Dudes.
Come on down.
Well,
6.8.
Wow. Listen, we'll do another one of these.
Yeah, we don't have
We'll
to
get you
limit
guys
it to
back. This is
tonight.
just a one-time thing. We'll do it again. Yeah, we'll have a Hoppy Dudes.
Oh, yeah. Got to get some more of that pickle beer.
We're going to hook them up with the pickle thing, too, because we're going to talk about their event coming up. There's some cool things happening. They really do. Dude, you said we wouldn't be very long. It is now 8:02. We're not even near
I know.
doing
We
anything.
did have the power loss, the power failure.
That wasn't very long, though.
Yeah.
So this is our Berry Blue, Blueberry Mule, back sweetened, right? Carefully. Small batch.
We're not going to can it.
No. Crowler would tell you, drink it right away, keep it cold. There's potentially fermentable sugars in there.
Mhm.
It's blueberries. It's real fruit. You got to roll with it.
Yeah,
we don't
it's,
add anything to it
yeah.
to break that down. What's this one?
It's your tea.
So Hoppy Dudes is gonna love this one. Chad, you watching this?
So we got
They're
Dan.
laughing because
We got Dan from Muffleheads. Says they brew a base seltzer, put it in a bright tank to clear it out, and then when they put flavors in kegs and fill on top for consistency.
nice. So they do it per
Blueberry,
case.
vanilla. Yeah.
Nice.
Per keg, yeah.
Get out the Muffleheads and try that out. What is it? Blueberry vanilla?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds
That sounds
fantastic.
great.
Muffleheads is doing their thing. Nice job.
Yeah, love
This
to get
is-
you on the show. Hit us up.
Heck yeah. We have another one here. What's this one?
Uh-oh. Is it Shannon Lucky?
Hey, Uncle Shanny. What's up, brother? Give a shout out to you for. We're going to do better at reading our comments as we go. I promise.
If this was a Twitch stream, we'd have to have a guy dedicated to that.
My Uncle Sonny.
You're on-
Sonny Lucky, by the way. It's my mom's brother, the only son. What's he say?
He says Dave and Mathias are the real success stories. I don't know about that.
Aw, family. All right, so this is our Southern Breeze, right? This is literally just alcoholic raspberry iced tea, raspberry sweet tea.
KT.
That's yum. No, it's not KT.
Yeah, that's good.
Yum.
Mm.
Yeah,
Dude, that is legitly like I put this
Yeah,
on ice.
this is the classic thing. Like with raspberries, you don't really get the color.
You don't.
Like I've done a lot with raspberry saisons, as a matter of fact, and you don't
Get
get
some
the
of that-
color, but you really get the flavor.
You do. You get some of that kind of tea looking brownie, but
Yeah, that must be the tea.
boy, that is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that.
Yum.
And again, you're just making raspberry sweet tea.
And this is a 4%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4%. With alcoholic seltzer water, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane. Now that is probably this is probably my favorite thing we've ever done, to be honest with you. I love
So-
raspberry of seltzer wise, right? I mean, I love the
you guys-
mules. I'm a mule fan.
You guys brew the iced tea or the tea, and then, or you buy that.
We bought it.
You buy that,
Mm-hmm.
and then the raspberries.
Yep. I mean, it is just stellar. Concentrate.
Yeah, you put some ice cubes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And we kept it low on the carbonation scale for this
Yeah.
one
yeah,
on purpose. It's just solid.
yeah. You're trying to mimic a tea, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, carbonated tea would be a little strange.
I'm impressed by this one.
Yeah,
I said the Hoppy Dudes because they have done a raspberry tea seltzer in the past and a peach tea seltzer. I think they're more known for the peach tea. But that's killer. That's killer.
yeah.
I love that one. Wow. Nice job.
Good
So-
job, ABC.
Yeah. Thank you. That was
Let's hope LBC here stays the same.
Oh.
you're a jerk. Tom's comment 1.25.
Yes.
Yeah.
Less.
All right, we got to roll, man.
This is great. We're flying.
It's time for the
All right, homebrew happenings. I have a couple beers. This beer back on the counter here is my saison, the Barnstorm 24. That's ready to be packaged. I was going to do it today, kind of ran out of time. Tomorrow, brewed up the something borrowed, something brewed for my nephew's wedding next month, and that's about 90% done. It's got to clean up a little bit and it's got to drop a couple more points, but probably beginning of next week we'll get that into some kegs.
Nice.
Yeah,
Can you sample that before it goes out?
sure, absolutely.
just a little bit.
Like, hey, sorry, William, we killed a keg of your.
Not the whole
William
keg.
beer.
You know, Will, we love you.
Doesn't taste.
So what's going on with all the properties?
Yeah, so ABC, we're winding down. We're still open. Check our socials for all things specials and fun things happening. We're shooting for the end of next month to be out, but until then, keep showing up and supporting us. We really appreciate it. We did, like I said, we just put on the shandy and the 3 seltzers, and Belschnickel came on this week.
Ooh.
Our Belgian Christmas ale, because this is Christmas in July week.
I
So
forgot about that.
yeah,
Should we do a Christmas beer?
I don't know. Probably should.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. Christmas in July this week at ABC. LBC, I've been trying to post as many pictures as I can on our Facebook page.
Holly Jolly in the fridge there.
Holly Jolly. If you haven't checked out our Lorraine Brewing Company and Event Center Facebook page yet, please do that. We're trying to get updates as much as we possibly can. The hoods were started today. Tomorrow is told, but again, they'll be there at 11 to finish up, which is a big deal for us.
Yeah.
Stainless is in. Hoods are up, which means the stuff off the floor, FRP the walls, floor gets sealed, equipment goes in, and we're this much closer to getting ready to roll. So it is just inches away. ZZ's is kicking butt. Open now 7 days a week at 11 a.m. If it's nice outside, we have yard games. We have cornhole. We have big Jenga, and we have big bucket pong, so you can bring out some pitchers and play pong with your buddy in big buckets and have a lot of fun outside. Medina is just cruising along through the summer. Check out their Facebook page for all of the things happening here. Live music every Friday and Saturday. We just had our 4-year anniversary in Medina.
Merry Christmas in July.
Merry Christmas. Our
Fatheads Holly
4-year
Jolly.
anniversary in Medina.
Yeah.
This past weekend. We celebrated that. ZZ's, same weekend. They don't care. And then Madison, just, if you're out in Lake County, come check us out. We're out that way. So,
Yeah, they got that cool park that has a lot of events, and with that Dora.
yeah, we have
That's
Dora.
really nice. You can get your beers and take them across the street.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, every Thursday we have events over there outside in the park.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really good.
Christmassy. Christmas in
We're
your mouth.
open in Madison Wednesday through Sunday currently.
Nice.
So come see us in all those locations. We'll promise you LBC is happening. We're working really hard. It has just been, with everybody else, a nightmare with construction and times on leads. They tell you one thing. It's not just the contractors. They say they hear these things. They're waiting 6 months to a year on electrical panels. Everybody's pulling favors from everybody else, trying to get refurbished equipment. It's just tough across the board, and it's not just us. A lot of people have the same problems too. So we're getting there. We're working hard. We're trying to get things ready for you to see, to feel, to be a part of the process. We can't wait to be in Lorraine.
Yeah.
To have all things under one roof. We cannot wait. So it is happening. It will be done.
Soon. Coming soon.
Ish.
Yeah. So we got some, I tried to round up some different seltzers that local breweries have. I know I was aware of that Rocket Pop from Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
And you said they also have a lime, grape
lime.
Yeah.
Transfusion they just put out. Yeah. You can get that. I think I saw it at an end cap at Heinen's in Avon.
Yeah.
I saw that today, trying to figure it out. Didn't buy any. I think it would be okay without it. But again, Four Paws had that flavoring. We had some people write in about that.
Muffleheads.
They have a blueberry vanilla seltzer they have on tap there. So go check out Muffleheads. And I'm sure everybody else does too. So if you want to throw down comments below, either on our page or if you're watching this on NEO Craft Beer, right down below, if you have a seltzer that people want to try, let's hear about it.
Yeah, I think we should bring this up too, because Rick from Working Class kind of highlighted this. Said, if you want to support your local breweries, go to their tap room and drink beer. Don't buy it in the store, because there's a lot of other hands in the pot. So go to your local brewery and support them. Buy your beer and drink it there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So that's what's going on.
Got a couple music events. I don't think I mentioned that Red Hot Chili Peppers were just in town, which is pretty
neat.
awesome.
Love those guys.
Our buddy Lonnie, Josh went out. I saw pictures. The place was packed.
Good for them.
Packed out. Yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers killing it. Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. I'm going to be out at Northfield Park tomorrow. What's today? The 23rd? Yeah, tomorrow. So that's Eddie Van Halen's son. Got his new band. He's out there doing good things, playing great music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We have Rock on the River every Friday.
Yes.
So check out that listing. Still
That's
happening.
going to be great because you can catch the water taxi, go back and forth from the brewery.
As soon as we open.
Yes. But, yeah.
Don't laugh.
Not laughing.
ZZ's, Friday karaoke, Saturday music, every week live band, Medina live music Friday and Saturday every week. Still working on the others. This is the time to get out to go to Blossom, any other country concerts and other concerts happening around the area. Check him out. Billy's been playing out a bunch this summer. Check him out. Follow his socials as well. Beer events. I want to talk about these real quick before we get off the air.
Yeah, for sure.
It's important. Tom made a really cool spreadsheet. I am not a spreadsheet guy. He is. He has been hired to take over all ABC, LBC events for us. So love you, dude. We are already past some of these. It is now July 23rd, so I'll go from there. This Thursday, we're at the Best of Lorain County.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
Avon, ZZ's, and Lorain Brewing Company will be there as well. August the 3rd is the Cleveland Beer Week Barnyard Bash at Frog Valley Farm in Valley City, 5 to 10 p.m. There's still tickets available. Check out their socials and their website, Cleveland Beer Week, to find that out. Great event, beautiful location, lots of beer. If you're in the Medina area, there's still a few, I believe, 59 spots left open for our VIP passport party at Blue Heron on Sunday, August the 4th. VIP is 1 p.m. Admission for everybody else, 2 to 6. It's a free admission for the regular people from 2 to 6. Regular admission. If you want to hit the VIP and get a special beer and some VIP treatment from our brewers in the area, you got to finish your passport very quickly. 2 stamps every brewery. Get it done. You can do it. August 10th is Lorain Brew Fest at Black River Landing. New Brew Fest people behind that. We'll see how that goes. Also, August 10th is the Medina Southtown Music Fest. We'll be doing the same thing there in the square, in the Southtown Square. Friday, August 16th, you mentioned the Brewers of the Corn will have their second Corn Maze Brew Fest. Check out their information. August 24th, Avon Lake Beer Fest will be going on. That's a fun event there at Miller Road Park. Another Cleveland Beer Week event on August 24th is Lagerland at Collisionman in Euclid, 1 to 5. Again, pick tickets up for that. The lineup is going to be killer. August 25th, if we're still in Avon, it will be our anniversary. Show up to that. Thank you for throwing it in there, Tom. September 13th is the third of the Brewers of the Corn event at Fort Paws. Here's your Hoppy Dudes throw out. Saturday, September 21st is Cleveland Pickle Fest. And our Boys and Hoppy Dudes are the official pickle beer of Pickle Fest.
As they should be.
Yes. So I think we're going to try to go as guests. We'll see how it goes. But epic on all levels there. If you love pickles, we all love a pickle beer. Get yourself there.
I know you love pickles.
This is I love pickles. The saltier, the better. This big. Double fisting. Friday, September 27th is Oktoberfest at Forest City. We will be there. That is going to be an epic event. Matt's been one of our guests. Get out to support these people. Go try some local beer at these events.
Absolutely.
All these are wonderful.
Absolutely. It sounds great. But LBC is going to be open the end of August. So, yes, it's going to happen.
Got it. Throwing out the...
It's time to grain out.
All right, man. So, coming up, we don't know. So, if you guys, you want your local brewery to, you want us to visit the local brewery, or you want us to have them in studio, tell them to give us a call, blabbermalt@gmail.com. And you can also use that to send any questions, comments, if you have any things we screwed up on, or maybe our history of seltzers was totally terrible or process was screwed up. Let us know. Email
And we'll
us.
do this again, all over again. It'll be fun.
We'll do it again. Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, sounds good. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe.
Hit that button, boys.
Interact anyway, comment, share, all that stuff. It helps us out.
It does. Shares are wonderful because when you
Yeah.
share it, somebody else will look at it, read it, and helps that logarithm. So share, share, share.
Even if you don't like it, hit the like. It doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't. Sharing doesn't either because
Helps
sharing
out.
is caring. Be kind.
Yes.
Hey, guys. And we appreciate you. Fun show tonight. I know we have more to talk about when it comes to seltzers, and maybe we'll bring some people in to have some more conversation. There's more to talk about in this realm and some of the things that are happening in the
and
world
there's
of
other
beer.
special beverages we could talk about.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we went from saying we wouldn't be going an hour to an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Small power outage. We're pulling it down.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Avon, you screwed us again.
Hey, moving past that, because until next time, guys, stay malty, Cleveland.